Assalamu alaikum, Brother
Hey,
Minister.
walaikum salam.
Thank you. Thank Allah for you.
Sister Maxine. Praise be to God. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Walaikum salam. In the most holy name of Allah, the Beneficent, the most merciful, we give Allah thanks, we give him praise, and we offer him unedited praise. We thank him and are growing to learn of different ways of showing our appreciation. But in its very basic form, we offer words from our heart of thanks, and we offer words from our heart of appreciation for his divine intervention in our affairs by coming to us in the divine holy person of Master W. Farud Muhammad. Very controversial way of starting a talk. We believe Allah God came in the person of a man to intervene in our affairs and to give us a proper perspective on the scriptures and a proper perspective on the work of the various former messengers and prophets, and make all of their contributions relative and relevant to our lives and the condition in which he found us. We thank him for sifting through the wreckage of our community and finding one who would be worthy to receive divine guidance. And he wasn't just worthy because he put himself forward, but he was a man of tremendous courage, because he was about to be invested in by God, and he was about to be given the most difficult job that any man had ever been given in the annals of history. So obviously, when you're looking for such a person, you have to be very careful when you're choosing. We thank Allah, the all-wise, the true, and the living God, for his choice of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, who laid for us the foundation of a brand new world and a brand new order. We thank him for introducing to us the reason why, as Black people who are the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade, were chosen by the God to be the foundational stones of a new world order. What was it about us? Was it our noses? Was it our lips? Was it the coarseness of our hair? What was it? It wasn't definitely because of our wealth. It wasn't because of, at that time, our accomplishments, because our accomplishments really was just to serve others and to be made into burden bearers. But with all that we had gone through as a people, the worst treatment in the annals of history, there was a purification that took place within us, that regardless to what our enemies put on us, they did not destroy the quality of our heart and the love that we had for God himself, despite what we had endured. So he said that we had in us, we represented the right material, the right foundation to build or to introduce a world wherein all people can enjoy freedom, all people can enjoy justice, and all people can enjoy equality. Everybody has been tried and given the opportunity to build such a world, and everybody has failed. And the job now has fallen on the shoulders of those of us who God has come to seek, or has sought and is saving and is desirous of exalting us to a level that we can show forth to the world that, as Jesus said, love ye one another, even as I have loved you. Well, this is a special kind of love that God needs from his chosen people. And it's a love that goes beyond the basics. So we thank Allah for his choice of such a man in the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And most of us on this call are reasonably youngish. So I doubt very much we were around during the time he was doing the great work that he was doing in North America and beyond. So Allah gave him a helper, not a little helper, a mighty helper, one who would take his word and take his work and spread it to the four corners of planet Earth. A man who, when he first heard the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and was registered as a follower of the honorable Elijah Muhammad, in the first words that he spoke publicly, he said he would take the words, the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad to every nook and every cranny in North America, to all the four corners of North America. And not only has he made his word bond over and over and over again in North America, he must have done that 1,000 times in North America. Not only did he make his word bond in North America, he has made his word bond globally with over 3 world tours. We thank him for his diligence. We thank him as a divine representative of Almighty God Allah for being who he is as we are getting to know him for who he is. We thank Allah for his divine servant among us, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It gives me pleasure to greet you this morning in the greeting words of peace in the ancient Arabic language of our fathers of Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
How's everybody this morning? Despite a small adjustment to our schedule, we were planning on being in person this morning, and there was a bit of mix-up with the venue that we usually use, but in good, spirit and in original fashion, we just pivot and do something different. We don't complain. We just pivot. And we thank Allah for the drill, for the opportunity to show our flexibility.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
we don't throw our hands up in the air like we just don't care. We pivot. And we continue with our work just in another form. Because, and we thank Brother Geraldo and Sister Maxine for the words that they have shared. And I just wanted to say, as the more I think about it, Sister Maxine, the minister was never banned from this country by Allah, God, because Allah allows whatever he pleases. And Allah did not want the minister physically coming here.
Come on.
He wanted to show forth his power. As the scripture says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Well, the scripture talks about that the Word would dwell amongst men and become flesh. So the minister didn't have to physically come. He sent his word to represent him. And no matter what form he sent it, think about it.
Yeah.
He sent his word in the form of a TDK D90 audio cassette. And if an audio cassette that is plastic, okay, plastic can be a conveyor of his spirit and raise us from the dead, what are we supposed to do who are made in the image and likeness of God when that word gets into us?
I'm afraid to do it.
That's a question that I'm putting out there for you. If a cassette that is plastic, man-made, can contain the Spirit of God, and we put it in another contraption and press play, and we are able to extrapolate from it the spirit from the speaker, who is not in person, but has a representative TDK D90 hosting the spirit. What are we supposed to do with it when it comes into us? You know, there are some people who you can hear a great song, you know, and when you hear someone get lost in the words of a great singer, they reproduce the singer because they get lost in the words, right? And sometimes we hear you in your shower, you know, getting lost in the music.
Yes, sir.
I was driving last week, and there was a sister in a car beside mine, and she was just lost in whatever she was playing in the car. She was just having a moment, you know, the hand gestures, you know, she was. So she didn't even have no connection to anything outside of the car. This was just a singer of song. Can you imagine when we get lost in divine guidance coming from a divine representative? What does that do for us when the word of God gets into our heart and gets into our soul? What does that do for us? It allows us to represent that which we have aligned ourselves with. So the minister, you know, has come to us in different forms, and we give thanks to Allah for being the recipient of that Holy Spirit that is housed in his body. The sweet Holy Spirit that we extract from him whenever we hear him. It is indeed a privilege and an honor for us to be here this morning. So as I just adjust, because I haven't done this for a while. So as we adjust to the screen, thank you, believers, for just pivoting and just adjusting yourself so that we could be together this morning. Well, we wanted to talk to you today about the guide and guidance, because when we look at the world in which we live, the world in which we live is in need of tremendous guidance. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the message he represents, has been given to us as a people, and we have been the focal point of his ministry. However, with modern technology, you know, the word that Allah God has given to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has gone beyond the confines of the rooms, the auditoriums, the theaters, the stadiums that he has spoken into. And it's gone to the four corners of the earth, and people from all nationalities, from Asia, from Europe, from Africa, from the Caribbean, all over the planet are seeing the value of what Allah God has deposited in the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So it's incumbent upon us as his helpers to ensure that anybody who is desirous of finding out more and following the guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is not mistreated by any of us who are his helpers. Because if we haven't grown to the degree that we can show respect to all of those who are desirous of getting closer to him, then we won't be helpers of his if we're hurting those who want to learn more. So it's incumbent upon us that we all grow. It's incumbent upon us that we all develop. It's incumbent upon us that we become more universal in our understanding of the message that God has given to this great man. And if we learn to become more universal in our understanding and the application of the word, then we will reduce arguments, we will reduce frustration, and we will help to reduce violence in the world. Because misunderstanding is one of the major causes of negative contribution, or the negative contribution to the world in which we're living. And we don't want to add to the ignorance. We don't want to add to the hatred. We don't want to add to anything that is negative. We want to turn all negative things that we come into contact with into a positive. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So with that said, I'm going to share my screen and run through it a little bit. And I just wanted to say, from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, that when Allah God, he always intervenes in the affairs of the masses of the people when we have gone off course. And humanity today is so off course that we just have to look diligently, and we will find that there is relief for us, because there's no way we could be engulfed with so much darkness politically and spiritually, and God Almighty not make provisions for such. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So just very quickly, as I run through these slides, as time is running, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So let's look in the book of Revelations, where it reads, hold on for me, let me just adjust myself so that I can see my screen, so I can talk you through it if you don't mind. Do you mind?
No, sir.
No,
sir.
Okay, so let me get to, okay, nearly there. Okay. So in the book of Revelations, it reads, and he that sat upon the throne, and look how descriptive the language is. It didn't say it that sat upon the throne. It's very clear. It said he that sat upon the throne said, behold, and he actually had vocal cords too and spoke. Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. Now that shouldn't leave too much doubt in anybody's mind, should it? That this is a man talking to another man.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And if you come away with another kind of description for these words, it's because you have been deceived. And the translator and the author of these words can disassociate himself from all of us, because we would have taken the words out of context. These words are clearly in context in the English language, and no need for you to think that a spirit in the sky is being referred to here, because nothing in this statement suggests such. Yeah?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
If we go to Isaiah, it reads, "For behold, I will create a new heaven and a new earth. The former things will not be remembered, nor will they come to mind." Now, Brother Geraldo, when you opened up in prayer, you said, "Surely I have turned myself to thee," or being turned to thee, O Allah, striving to be upright to him who originated the heavens and the earth, and you are not from amongst the polytheists. Surely my prayer, my sacrifice, my life, and my death are all for Allah. Did you say partially or 70% for Allah? Or did you say all for Allah? He said, all for Allah. My prayer, my sacrifice, my life, and my death. So therefore, when we go into prayer, if your prayer is for God, then that means you should never pray for something vain. Your prayer must be around or centered around the bringing in of that which is prophesied. And calling upon the God to strengthen you and to aid you in being an effective helper of his, to bring to fruition that which has been prophesied through the mouths of his representatives, the prophets, the messengers. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Don't pray for a new car just to ride around the town.
That's right.
You with me? You're going to pray for, if you're in tune with this mainly, you're going to pray for knowledge, you're going to pray for wisdom, and above all, the gift of understanding.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. You're going to pray for freedom, you're going to pray for justice, you're going to pray for equality, and you're going to pray for God to give you the kind of discipline that is needed in order to be the beneficiary of such and to use the gifts and the talents that he has given to us in a manner that furthers his cause.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Are you following me, dear brothers and sisters?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My prayer, my sacrifice, my life from birth to death are all for thee, Allah. So when we make those prayers, and there's a few of us on this call who makes those prayers, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan said that one day God might call us on the prayer.
Yes, sir.
He might actually ask us, well, you did say your life is for me, did you not?
Yes, sir.
Then he might design a way for us to pass from this life in service to his greater cause.
Come on.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if we are contracted and we have entered into a contract with him and we reinforce that contract daily, we've got to be ready on a daily basis to fulfill our obligation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's look at, let's go forward a little further. Now, it goes on in the book of Corinthians to say, here, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation, and the old has passed away. Behold, the new has come. This signifies that all of us should be in training, and we should be on a daily basis evolving to become better than we was the day before.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
That's right.
So we should be those who, let me turn this off for a second. I want to look at you. In fact, let me keep going. Let me stay focused. We should be of those who are not just desirous, but we are excited by newness. Newness. We like things that are new. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Like back in the Caribbean, when we used to have things for a long time, we used to call it old brook.
Old Brook.
Do you remember those type of old brook? But when you have something new, some of us are so unaccustomed to enjoying new things, even when you save your money and you buy something new, you put it in the wardrobe and prefer to look at it rather than wear it.
Oh, God.
No, it was the best.
Can I get a witness?
It was the best.
You prefer to look at it than to wear it. Now, and then when you decide to wear it,
Take it.
it don't even fit you no more.
Oh my gosh.
You put on a bit of weight or lost some weight and it don't even fit you. Or they change the style on you.
Yeah.
Or the weather changes. So you bought a nice pair of linen pants, you didn't wear them, and now winter is here. Oh, God, you missed the opportunity, didn't you?
Sure.
So when the seasons change, you should go through everything that's in your wardrobe that you have for that season. Yeah? All right. Now, if the God is talking about a new you and a new me, then we shouldn't get too hung up with our current state, should we?
No, sir.
We should love self always, but the best part of self we should love is the potential of self. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
What
sir.
is your and my potential?
Sure.
Because have we seen the best version of ourselves yet?
No, sir.
That's a question. Have you seen the best you?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
Because they have an old saying that the biggest room in the house is the room for improvement. Yeah? So we should constantly, on a daily basis, be working on improvement.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? But we're creatures of habit. So once we like something, we like what we like. And we generally want to repeat that which we enjoyed yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Where the God of today is saying there's so many dimensions to everything that don't get too caught up where you are. Explore something new and different and better. Yeah? It's like thinking that someone can't cook meat in a way that tastes exactly as fulfilling with vegetables. I remember there was a brother, he said to me last week, "Oh, Brother Hakeem, you look like you're losing weight." And I was a little offended because my vibe was, well, isn't it Ramadan?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it Ramadan? And if during Ramadan you're not looking a bit leaner and a bit meaner,
Come on.
then when will you become lean? And when will you become mean? Huh?
Exactly.
Now, when you're losing a bit of weight and you're not sick, that's a good sign.
Of course.
And you'll be surprised when you stop snacking how much weight you will lose. Because wasn't it the Savior who said, sisters, don't let me catch you
Sir. Yes, sir.
weighing other than yourself?
Yes.
Well, he didn't say, don't let me catch you snacking. He said, don't let me catch you showing the consequences of snacking. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Because you're not going to be able to hide going around that which he has asked us to do. Yes? And to those of us as men, you know, when your stomach starts to protrude a little, it's never a good sign, is it, brother?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in order to drop the gut, there has to be some adjustments, don't they?
Yes, sir.
True.
Yes, sir.
And most of the time, you can't just target that direct area. You got to target your whole body. Yeah.
Yes,
And the
Yes,
minister advised us once. He said to all of us, get a full-length mirror and disrobe and have a look and ask yourself, do you like what you see?
No.
Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And if there's something a bit off, then we should go to work, shouldn't we?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
Ramadan's a good time to start work. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now back to the presentation. Now, new heaven, new earth, former things pass away. Yeah, so we should be very excited about new things. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Who doesn't like something new? Anybody? It's good to have nice things, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Something
Yes,
new.
sir.
So look what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said to us. A dependent people cannot be free, no matter how many rights they are given.
Look at that.
So we have to consider our level of dependency, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
So let's look at something else that the Honorable Louis Farrakhan said to us. Discipline precedes freedom. Does everybody want to be free?
Yes, sir.
Well, discipline precedes freedom. He said freedom is not the starting point. Discipline is the starting point that leads to freedom. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
So he also went on to say discipline is never declared. Freedom is never declared, pardon me. Freedom is constructed. Think about that. That means we've got to grow into
The freedom. Yeah.
we've got to grow into different realms of being free. Because you can be free in part, but not free indeed.
True.
You with me?
True.
So it's a process.
Yeah.
It's like somebody, and there are those who will be free from incarceration tomorrow. They will be released from that institution. But does that make them free?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, they're just being released from confinement.
Come on.
Do you understand?
Yes.
But now they have to build a life that allows them to express themselves according to the nature in which they've been created.
Yes, sir.
And to avoid being incarcerated and restricted again, they have to discipline themselves and break bad habits.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Minister.
Are you with me? And inclinations that are not conducive to the public good. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let's go on to drink from what the ministers told us. The ministers also taught us that freedom is not a feeling. Freedom is a condition created by discipline, productivity, and ownership. Think about that. Freedom is not a feeling. It's just like love is not a feeling. Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Freedom is a condition. That means it's accessible to us all the time. And that condition is created, brought into existence, okay, by us disciplining ourselves, putting restrictions on ourselves, okay, by being productive, yes, and having ownership. Why are we online this morning? We didn't plan to be online. It's because the place we usually use, we don't own it. So somebody else has got access to where we were not supposed to be, because it was in the diary for us not to be here today. But the point is, the more you own is the more choice you have. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to move fast because I got a lot to get through. So we have to ask ourselves the question, and I went through this a few weeks ago, but it's come back up because I want to go over it again. Questions to ask self: who controls my income? This is like a questionnaire for self, yes?
Yes, sir.
Who owns or controls our income? Because whoever controls your income determines everything below: the quality of food you eat, the quality of abode you live in. Yes?
Yes, sir.
And how much quality time you have for yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? So everything below the first question is influenced by the first question. You following me?
Yes, sir.
And this is why the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, in teaching us to eat one meal a day, even if we're not the biggest earners, we can still eat one quality meal a day, right?
That's right.
Yes. Even though we might not have the most palatial homes, one thing we can guarantee is that it's clean.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And that goes a long way in the scheme of things.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And who controls our time? Yeah. Because whoever controls our time is determining what we do and what we get done. Yeah. All right. So moving forward, a productive individual who works inside of a system that does not serve their cause is not considered truly independent. And the vast majority of us work inside a system that doesn't serve our cause. Yeah? So we're not truly independent if we are restricted for a big chunk of the time that's been allotted to us on a daily basis. Yes. So again, if we change the way we look at things, the things we look at will change. So perspective is very important, if not everything. All right. We improve, and add some quality to our perspective, then we can approach every day of our lives with great optimism.
Yes,
all right.
Yes, sir.
John Elijah Muhammad further said that we cannot beg our way into equality. He taught us that we must produce something that the world needs and also wants. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
something that the world wants and the world needs. Yeah?
Yes.
What does the world need? And what does the vast majority of people on planet Earth want? What does the world need and what does the world want?
It's food.
Say that again.
It needs food.
Yeah, but we also need guidance.
Yes.
Because you could have food and be very satisfied, but ignorant as hell.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You
sir.
could be a tyrant with a table full of food.
Mm.
And most tyrants eat well.
That's right.
Too well.
So what does the world need and not necessarily want? As said before, not just any old type of guidance, divine guidance, advice or information aimed at resolving a problem or difficulty, especially as given by someone in authority. The world, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan has taught us, is in need of spiritual, moral, and social transformation. Transformation is another way of saying, behold, I make all things new.
Things new, yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
So look, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has further taught us that this current era that we have entered is a time of global crisis and moral collapse. Global crisis and moral collapse. Well, let me just go back to that slide, if you don't mind. Think about that. Moral collapse. Collapse. When something collapses, it has fallen down on itself. It generally is broken into pieces based upon how hefty the fall. When something collapses, it falls apart from the inside. The constitution of it erodes and it implodes as opposed to explodes. Yes, collapse. So when morality collapses, we have entered into the wild, wild west where everybody just does what they want to do.
Yeah.
And the mighty, the strong, the powerful, the wealthy are the ones who generally prevail during such times. They hold as hostages those who are less successful or less advantaged as them, right?
Yes, sir.
The strong prevail over the weak. The wealthy abuse the poor as opposed to serve and strengthen. And are we in that kind of time?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
I can't hear from some of you. Are we in that kind of time?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Moral collapse.
Yeah.
Everybody all right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So let's move on. Let's move on. So next, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So when we look at freedom, you know, freedom is not illusory as such. Let me just go to this. If we look at freedom versus an illusion, the minister asked us a very key question. What kind of freedom do we have when we're free to choose between evil and wickedness? Is that freedom?
No, sir.
Maybe not.
Oh, I can't hear some of you.
No, sir. Not freedom at all.
Not me.
Because look, going back to collapse, you know, to collapse also is when something flatlines.
Yes, sir.
When something miscarries, comes to nothing, comes to grief. So we don't want to be thinking that, you know, we're free in a world that has collapsed and be under the illusion that we can choose between evil and wickedness and we're making progress. Because it would show forth that we're very deluded, right?
Yes, sir.
But I want to stay on that moral collapse for a moment, if you don't mind.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let's look. The minister, in regards to divine guidance, the minister has taught us that divine guidance and Allah's divine purpose, that Allah God always raises a man in the time of trouble to guide the people. And in the Nation of Islam, we believe that Allah God sends divine leadership at specific moments in history to guide oppressed people and bring to nothing the proud and arrogant rulers. Allah God communicates guidance through his chosen leaders and his chosen leadership today. And as believers, we must seek guidance through prayer and submission.
Yes.
Now, if we stop there for 1 second to seek guidance through prayer and submission, we can't then approach prayer in a sterile way. Because if we approach prayer in a sterile way, where we just go through motions of, some may call it rak'ahs, but we're not really understanding fully what we're doing,
That's right.
what every position represents. And then we're using words in a language that we don't understand. What is prayer to a descendant of the transatlantic slave trade in this day and time in which we're living? What's true prayer to you and true prayer to me? Is it trying to mimic members of our brothers or from the Arab community? Is that what prayer is?
Definitely not.
Yes, sir.
I humbly suggest that
Come
that's
on.
not prayer
Teach.
that the minister is speaking about, or that we are being encouraged to perform. I learned my rak'ahs and I know all of the stages.
Come on. Teach. Teach.
But just because I can do my rak'ahs and can quote in Arabic words from the Holy Quran, does that mean it's actually prayer?
Come on. Come on. Teach.
No, it's a lot more than that.
Teach.
And if you're rushing through something where you're going through the stages and then you just give greetings at the end and then jump back up and jump into your world, you didn't pray.
That's
You
right.
just paused your madness.
That's the truth.
You paused your madness.
Come on.
See, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan has taught us that to be in prayer really is to be enjoying a spirit that is synonymous with being in the physical presence of your maker, of the divine.
Yes.
Now,
Go ahead.
when you and I are doing God's will, thy will be done. Thy will be done. So if I'm doing God's will, what state am I in? Do I need to stop and make rak'ahs if I'm doing God's will? Because the prayer is the greatest remembrance.
That's right. Come
Form
on.
of remembrance of Almighty God Allah.
Yes, sir.
If I'm doing His will, then obviously I'm mindful of Him.
That's right.
So I don't need to stop to pray if I am in action. If my prayer is in action, then why would I need to stop to remember what I'm already doing? I'm losing you.
No, no, no.
No.
Think about it.
Come on.
That's
You
right.
only have to stop when you're raising hell.
Yes, sir.
It's like if you own an off license and you're selling alcohol and you call yourself a Muslim, you need to stop 5 times a day.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Because what was your prayer if you own an off license and you went to the mosque and you made what you call prayer, and then after that went right back to the haram, to the ungodly practice?
Yes.
Did you really pray? Because your remembrance was only as long as you were in going through your motions. If after you finish the motions, you go right back to the same madness, then what you just done has no value at all. It's just exercise now. It's now become yoga.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, Brother Minister.
Think about it.
Could I
Because
ask you
not
a
at this
question?
time, at the end.
Okay.
Think about this. If you need to remember, it means you've forgotten.
That's right.
The greatest remembrance and a reminder is a mercy. So you access God's mercy through remembering Him and then seeking His guidance and confessing one's faults.
Yes, sir.
And then asking protection from the consequence of bad behavior. Because every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
That's right. Yes, sir.
And some of our actions can lead to our termination of life. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, we got to beg the one who controls space and time. So if I've put out evil and evil is coming back to me, I got to try and appeal to the one who's in between the reaping and the sowing.
Come on. Come
And
on.
prevail on the God. Allah, I know it's coming my way. But would you be so kind
Yes, sir.
to forgive me for what I have earned? Yes. So the Quran says that He may cause us to taste a part of it so that we may return. So when the consequences of our actions start to, breathe on our neck, and it's prayer time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's prayer time. But you say, that we all say in the prayer that, oh Allah, if you take this punishment from me, I will never, ever return to such. How long does that last? It's not that you're lying because you're well intended, but the confluence of forces that incline us towards that which is not good is greater than the forces that incline us towards that which is good. because we don't control the environment in which we live.
Come on, Lord of mercy.
You with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, man.
So because there's nothing out here to remind us, we have to remind each other and remind ourselves, lest we go totally astray.
Yes, sir.
When you live in quote unquote Islamic countries, they have big speakers in what they call minarets, and you hear the call to prayer publicly. When last have you heard the call to prayer in Peckham?
Never.
Unless you're making it. When last have you heard it in Slough? Unless you're in close proximity of a central mosque. And even in that, they're very hush-hush.
Yes, sir.
It's more on the inside
Yes,
than the
sir.
minaret publicizing such on the outside, right?
That's right.
So we have to, as Jesus was asked by his disciples, they're with him all the time, and they asked him, Master, teach us how to pray.
Yes.
We're not getting the same results that you're getting. You're in a boat and there's a hurricane and you're still sleeping. We're looking for somewhere to hide. We're scared. You're like just breezing through.
My.
Right? And we're rolling with you every day, every waking moment of your life. We're with you. But why are we afraid and disconnected? And you're at peace, and therefore you're connected. So teach us. You're holding back the secrets, man.
Maybe.
Think about it. It's like one person having money and everybody's broke.
Something like
At some point, you got to say, can you teach me how to make some money?
Come on.
No? Oh, some of you are so proud. You're just going to eat 3 beans a day. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
It's a heck of a thing when you got to count how many beans you put in the soup. 20 beans a day. Everybody all right? I'm not trying to be funny. But look, that's my point.
Jesus.
Teach us how to pray.
Yeah.
And he didn't say, well, put your hands up by your ears and, you know, call to 4 corners of the earth and then bow your head and go and, you know, make a blue. He didn't actually say any of that, did he?
No.
No, sir.
He just came one time with it. Pray on this wise. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. See, these are not words he's sharing. He's sharing with his disciples a state in which they have got to arise to or rise to. You got to see God as the most powerful being in the universe. Yes, that he's able to suffice the needs of all. Yes, not by, you know, being in one place and just throwing things down to everybody, but he has provided, he has made provisions for all. And all we need now is the combination in order to crack the lock so that we can access what he's already put to one side for us.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Our Father, who art in heaven. What does that mean? What does that mean, who art in heaven? Heaven is a condition of life. He has access to the best information. He has access to the highest level of knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Huh? He has access to it. He has solved every problem in the universe. Nothing stresses him. So he's in a heavenly abode. He don't feel stress. He don't wring his hands. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Who art in heaven. He's overcome the weakness of self. He's overcome the ignorance of others. Yes?
Yes, sir.
He's a maker. He's an owner. He's the cream. He's God of the universe. He exercises force and power. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Honorable. Everything he does is honorable. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Wow. He has a world in his mind, a world that he wants to replace this one with. Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. I, Jesus, he's saying, I'm the key worker and representative of him. And my job is to usher in, is to represent that which is on its way. I've got myself employment with him. I'm not confused about my reason for life.
Come on.
And how every woken minute of my life should be used. I'm not confused about that.
Come on, teach.
Yeah, I'm clear on what every conscious moment of my life should be dedicated to. Thy will be done. On earth as it is in heaven, as the vision that I see in my mind for humanity, a free world, a justified world, an equal world, a world in which we can make progress without limitation. I see that. My job is to help to bring it in on earth, even as it is in heaven. I have to mirror the image into this life in which, or on this planet on which I live. It's got to come out of my head. And the only way that is done is if I, Jesus, he's saying, challenge the wicked forces that are ruling and challenge the wicked force of ignorance that is covering the minds of these people who God has come to choose and to put the least over the most. Yes? So teaching us how to pray is showing a man or woman how to live every conscious moment of their life.
Yes, sir.
It's not like just positions and, rituals.
Come on.
Rituals.
Right.
It's a state of being.
That's right.
And once you get into that mindset, you don't necessarily have to stop to remember God. You become God. And everything you do is the manifestation of a prayer.
Become one.
You would have outgrown ritual. But are we ready for that at the moment? No. Because if we stop engaging in the ritual, we'll become lazy.
Yes, sir.
And we would replace the time allotted for the ritual with something that is stupid.
Very true.
Like a new binge series on Netflix.
True.
Yes, sir.
So at the moment, we need the ritual so that we can put up the remote control.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
You know,
Make
yeah,
it
right.
Make it. Yes, sir.
Very true. Very true.
Regulate our affairs. Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me just finish my little presentation. Everybody all right?
Yes, good.
Well, it ain't so little, but let's So the minister went on to say, those who do not produce will always be governed by those who do.
Yes, sir.
Haven't you ever thought about, like, if you pray more than a disbeliever, and the disbeliever is more progressive than you, could it not be that they're doing something more effective than you're doing?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clearly.
It's like praying to God to be your protector. And you're so lazy that you won't even go and learn how to fight.
Right.
How can God be your protector and you don't even go and join some kind of place where you can learn to fight?
Mm-hmm.
It's like asking God to win a boxing match and you won't even train.
Right.
Don't make no sense.
How are you gonna win? That prayer will never be answered.
Never.
Oh Allah, please bless me with riches, but you don't want to get out of your bed. You don't want to work. No, build a business and ask him to bless your business.
Yes.
And then pour more time into it.
Yes, sir.
Right. Yes.
We have a lazy approach to everything. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Mm-hmm.
Gimme, gimme, gimme. Gimme. How can someone give you love?
No,
You have to
sir.
love yourself.
Come on.
Someone can't give you freedom, justice, and equality.
No, sir.
You have to discipline yourself and go out and earn that.
Right.
Discipline.
Those who do not produce will always be governed by those who do. And the enemy runs amok. They have you praying, and then they will hurt you. When you're in prayer, it doesn't put a force field around you, if you're just sitting there.
No,
you
sir.
better have somebody on guard watching.
Right. That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
Quran says some guard while some pray.
Right. That's right.
That's right.
Right.
Practical.
Mm-hmm.
Practical. You don't spook of it.
Anyway, productivity, has never been about personal success, but about collective security, okay? And self-determination. Now let's go to the final bits of this presentation. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Been a while since we've been on this. I just saw Kamal, brother. We were meant to have your books out today and get some signed copies, but we'll do it next week, inshallah. We thank you for that great presentation you did on Thursday. Let's give him a big round of applause. Well,
Thank you for having me, sir.
now, just to close. Just to close. Now, this study has been conducted where the CSJ, the Center for Social Justice, they published a study last week that pensioners were more likely to marry than young men. Now, new research exposes, again, there's that word, collapse of marriage. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
I hope you are familiar with this study, right? Now, if pensioners, older people, are more inclined to marriage than young people, then the society itself not just marriage is collapsing, the society and the civilization that we're a part of is also coming right behind it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Now, let's look. Let's look. The statistics or the study shows that marriage is down by 100% for young people in past 50 years. In the past 50 years. Now, just 2% of men are married by the age of 25, compared to 62% half a century ago. That's 50 years ago. And in the lead up or build up to COVID, there was 100,000 weddings that were scheduled. And you know that the vast majority of these marriages never took place. COVID knocked those provisions out or those schedules out. Isn't that something to consider?
Mm.
Because people now were forced to live with the person they had planned to live with ahead of time. They realized, I can't live with you. Think over this. And then people started to drive each other mad when they were forced to be together during the pandemic. So most people revisited their plans. Now, the new report from this influential Center of Social Justice, it's entitled I Do, warns that England and Wales are facing a total collapse in marriage, particularly among young Brits. The number of marriages has sunk from 400,000 in 1973 to 224,402 in 2023, despite the UK population rising by over 10 million during the same time, 56 to 67 million. This is the lowest number of marriages in a year since records begun in 1850, outside of the COVID years. Now, that is, these statistics are what they call existential. It represents moral death. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And when a society has stopped producing, and encouraging people to come together and to engage in marriage, and then people just start cohabiting, then the society loses its structure, loses its form, so therefore loses its direction. So if marriage is down by 77% for men and 73% for women in just 50 years, before the 1980s, the marriage rate had fallen below 47, fallen below 47.7, which was during World War I. It's now down to 18.1%. Think about it. Everybody all right?
Mhm.
Now let's have a closer look. Research cited by the Institution of Fiscal Studies show young women now out-earn men in their early 20s on average. Women are more likely to attend university. University attendance in the UK is women at 57% and men at 43%. So women in their 20s are more educated on average than men. This is the UK. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, isn't that startling, brothers and sisters?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now, because time's on me, I just want to go to this gentleman here who is over this the research, and he's a young fella, and his overview is, this is devastating news. Marriage is one of the most important foundations of society, with clear benefits across our country. Better outcomes for children, less loneliness, great prosperity, and birth rates. This is without mentioning the productivity and other economic benefits. People want to get married. We need to be helping foster good relationships and an environment where marriage is much easier. Now, look at that young man, and look what his responsibility is in life, and look how he is dedicating his time, to try to bridge the gap between the civilization that we're living under, like totally collapsing, and he's trying to resurrect it from the dead. Mm-hmm. He's trying to resuscitate a society that has lost this moral compass. Mm-hmm. Are you with me?
Yes.
That's a big job, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it shows you that there is a calling for each and every one of us, if we're willing to really try to do something to help to the society in which we live. Mm-hmm. Okay? There is something for every one of us to do in our nation. Yes, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And to do well. Okay, so next statistic I wanted to show you, or some facts I wanted to show you, is who's still getting married these days from the Marriage Foundation. It says, whereas in 1970, 60% of men and 80% of women were married by the age of 25. Only 5% of men and 10% of women aged 25 are married. So pensioners more likely to marry than young men and women. In 1970, 62% of men had married by the age of 25. That's a healthy number. By 2000, this was down to 11%, and it is now just 2%, 25, for 25-year-olds. Now, those who are under 25 in this country in which we live, only 2% are actually married, and 98% are unmarried. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So look at that. Early marriage in England has become extremely rare, but having sex is not. Mm. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Having sex is not become rare. So people are cohabiting more, producing as much babies, it would seem, but not willing to accept any responsibility. Mm-hmm. Something to consider, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
In America, they have done a study that they call fragile family study, okay? Now, they call it fragile families. The term fragile refers to families where the parents are not married at the child's birth, meaning the parental relationship is often less stable statistically. Researchers found many unmarried parents were in relationships at birth, but a large share broke up within a few years. Children often end up living with one parent, obviously, or in complex family structures. Now, these situations have been deeply studied in major universities. I think it's the Ivy League, Princeton, university in the US conducted this study in America. Now, we've gone through that. So if we look widely citing findings from the fragile family data, roughly 40% of US births were to unmarried parents around the time of the study. About half of unmarried couples split within a few years. Fathers are often involved early, but involvement declines after breakups. Children in unstable family structures have higher risk of poverty and behavioral issues on average. You may ask yourself, Brother Hakeem, why are we even going over this? The reason why we're going over this, just to end the little talk today, is because we live in countries that go around the world calling other people savages.
Come on, Minister.
And calling other people uncivilized. And when we put a mirror at the moral decay that is taking place in these societies, we can see that they have no right to tell anybody anything.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Because the minister said it like this: there is an internal rot in these Western civilizations. So how dare you go anywhere and tell anybody that they're not treating their people well? How are yours?
Come on. Pick the beam.
Something to consider, right? Now let's look. Let's lastly.
Yes.
Let's look. Many young men are not in stable full-time work. So who really wants to get married? They can't even find a job. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So these statistics show that by way of men in the UK between 18 and 29, full-time or in full-time work, that's 55 to 60% of the population. Education, there's 20 to 25% of them are in education. Part-time, unstable work, 10 to 15%. Unemployment or inactive, 5 to 10%. This matters because historically, stable full-time employment strongly predicted marriage. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So just look lastly, because you need these. I hope you're taking screenshots. So in regards to marriage rate amongst young adults has collapsed since 1970. In 1970, men married before the age of 30 was 70%. That's a big number. Yeah?
Yes.
7 out of every 10. 700 out of every 1,000. In 1990, it was 400 out of every 1,000. In 2010, it was 2,000 out of every 10,000. And today, it's only 10 to 15%. That means it's 1,500 in every 1,000. That's a whole heap of single people, isn't it? Everybody all right? You've gone quiet on me. Why? You weren't expecting this? Now, let's look. Let's look. If this is the reality, then this study shows that marriage now has become selective. The researchers say marriage is now more common amongst people with university degrees, stable careers, or higher income. This pattern is sometimes called assortative mating, people pairing with similar education and income. Something to consider, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the upside, what the study did find on the upside is that most unmarried fathers are involved at birth. When children are born to unmarried parents, about 80% of fathers are in relationships with their mothers, with the mothers at birth. Around 70–80% of fathers attend a birth. Most fathers say they expect to help raise the children. This contradicts the stereotype that fathers are absent from the start. So it seems as if, as fathers, the vast majority get overwhelmed with the responsibility, because after the baby's born and reality starts to hit, they realize that they're not a man because they could produce the child. We become face to face with our inadequacies, where we cannot buy clothing for the child, we cannot provide sustenance, we cannot provide shelter, we cannot pay bills. So therefore, the man becomes emasculated after the child is born, as opposed to being able to bob and weave prior to children being birthed. Are you following me? So hence, how long can someone stay in an environment where they're constantly reminded of their inadequacies? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, when you look at the benefits of young people getting married before they're 25, if you have employment and some form of education, meaning a business, and you get married with somebody who is driven in the same regard, then the likelihood of you purchasing a home is very high. And if you purchase a home, whether it's an apartment or a house, prior to being 25, then even if you had a mortgage that you were interested in paying off, and you took out a 25-year mortgage, by the time you're 50, you would have a good few £100,000 in equity in your property. Because property growth over 25 years would be very substantial. Your home would definitely double in value by that time. So if you bought a home for 300,000, in 25 years' time, the house would be worth at a minimum 500,000. So you would have 200 or 500,000 because you would have paid off the debt, and plus you would have acquired or accrued an extra 250,000. So you would have 500,000 to leave for your children to start building an economic base from. Are you with me?
Sir.
Yeah.
And even if things didn't work out after 25 years, then as long as you get your family to that point, that would be a great start, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you stayed the course.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But if you then look at the alternative, if there is no purchase of property, if there is no sustainability of the two concerned, then the children have to start from scratch when they reach a particular age. All right?
Yes, sir.
And they have no reference point of how to do this.
Mm.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Because all they've ever known is just mummy and children and no stable male who contributes to the growth and the development, not just the maintenance of bills, but also can teach the young people how to start a business, how to leverage that business. Are you with me? And how to make a strong contribution to the society and to their nation. These are basic building blocks that you just can't get away from. Yeah?
Yes,
Everybody
sir.
all right?
Yes, sir.
Man, one thing I have learned how to do is to get silence in the audience. Because when we talk about these things, everybody just goes silent. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So with that said, I hope and pray, Allah, that you got something out of what I've said.
Yes, sir.
Much.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
could have
sir.
probably broke this little talk up over 4 weeks, but hey, I figured I'd give it all to you, and I hope you received it in a good spirit. So may Allah bless you. Thank you for your attention, your attendance, and your attention as I leave you in peace. In the words of our, or in our Arabic language of Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
Salam, sir.
Salam, sir.
Alaikum salam, sir.
Salam, sir. Thank you.
So we will unpack next week more so some of these statistics that we put forward and go a bit deeper into it. But I hope you extrapolated the essence of that and the value of, you know, when you engage in constructive relations, you know, it's a building block. You must, once you've got children or you're desirous of having children, you have to be able to be and partner with someone who can add to you. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Please put your devices on mute if you're not speaking. And if you know you've got people in the background. It's important that, you know, when you're looking for a mate in life, it's important that you find someone who is a student, who is constantly studying the right information. Because when you study the right information, you can resolve problems.
Yes, sir.
Somebody who doesn't study will argue a lot because they don't have any knowledge, no wisdom to call on. And the more you study, is you will find that you're able to resolve 90% of your own problems through study. But we've become so accustomed to asking people to do things for us that we have the capacity to do for ourselves. We even ask people's opinion about things that you could get a solid, comprehensive knowledge about and not have to rely on opinion. So when people come together who are studious, they make progress much faster than those who are not studious. And if we have 2 to 3 to 2 incomes that are being combined, then what can you do with 2 incomes versus just 1? 2 minds, 2 incomes. You all right?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So where our youngsters are concerned, and those of us who have children in their 20s, are they going to fall victim to these statistics? One thing we have to look at is the environment in which we are raising children. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
And I did this in order for you now to build on it, because I have the study here, I just run out of time, where you can look at comparative African, Caribbean, and Asian nations and see who's doing better. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And then you can get a chance to see who still has, or who has culture And who doesn't have culture? Because any society wherein the family structure is falling apart, you're going to need to run for your life. Because when you look at just here in the United Kingdom, there are so much taxes that you have to pay that even if you own property, on death, if you don't properly secure your money, they would take a big chunk of the wealth that you would have accrued for your children. They'll take that money. Inheritance tax, I think under £1 million is 40%. So if you have £1 million that you have worked hard for to leave to your children, the government will reach into your house and take 400,000. Calling it a death tax. How can you tax someone's inheritance? That's a society that you can see is falling apart because it's doing nothing to encourage marriage, nothing to encourage family, nothing to encourage the building of wealth and the minimization of stress. Nothing. So with that said, dear family, let's think deeply about what we've been given, and let's think deeply about a nation of our own, which we have been given.
Yes,
so may Allah bless you. Are there any questions that anybody would like to ask me, as I have 7 minutes left of my time? Feel free to put your virtual hand up and we will recognize you. Sister Anna, you said yes, please. Are you on camera or are you here? Let's give Sister, let's allow everybody to be able to come off mute. So Sister, please ask your question. Sister Donna, you had your hand up earlier. Would you like to take your device off mute? Let's unlock the mute, please.
It's unlocked, sir.
You're still on mute. Yes, you can message the question. Okay, so as Sister sorts that out, is there anybody else? The Sister's on mute.
Hello, Brother Hakeem. Assalamu alaikum.
Hey, wa alaikum salam.
I would like to find out your advice on the mark of the beast. Are you going to do a talk on that?
No, I'm not. The Honorable Louis Farrakhan has done a comprehensive talk on that. And if you go to YouTube and put that in the search engine and put the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, then he will give you a comprehensive, because for me to try to give you an answer to that, it's a whole lecture and I've only got 5 minutes left. But
no, I didn't mean today. I meant in another time.
Yeah, another time, sure. I can touch on it next week if you like. Sure. But just suffice it to say, when you look at what a beast is a berserker. A beast is that which preys upon another and is willing to tear the flesh and devour another for its own gains. So when a human being has lost their humanity and becomes a beast in human form, then everything they touch, they degrade. Everything they come in contact with, they reduce in stature and in value. So the mark of the beast really has a lot to do with, being connected to those who are devaluing you. Okay? And allowing people who are devaluers to be in your life, as opposed to those who compliment and add value. Okay? Just on a very basic level. All right?
Thank you,
I
sir.
appreciate that. I hope next week you can do a more comprehensive talk, because it needs to be touched upon. Is something that people think is probably well, it is written.
Yeah.
It's written, so people maybe not think it's real, or so that's why I wanted you to do a talk.
Anything that takes value away from you, like, that marks you, that, reduces your value, is you being marked, by a beast. It's like even you having a relationship with somebody who doesn't add to you, but just uses you, abuses you. You're being marked by a beast in human form. Someone cooking you poison, that's being marked by a beast. You with me? So you have to surround yourself by those who have your best interest at heart and are adding to you and making your life more pleasant. Yeah? Not helping you into the grave. Anyway, I will strive to include a few slides next week on this same subject. Okay, Sister Donna, real quick.
Yes,
time is evaporating.
The question that I was going to ask, beloved, is you talked about the prayer.
Yeah.
And if you're still doing God's work, then just continue. But why are the prayers called obligatory then?
Because it's obligatory for you and I to wean onto living a life into total submission to the will of God. Remember, a Muslim is one who submits his or her will to do the will of God, not 5 times a day.
Right.
All day, every day.
Every day. So, yeah, because I understand that, for myself personally, every minute of the day I'm talking to the Creator.
Yes.
But,
so when we stop for our prayer, for instance, when we get up in the morning and we make our Fajr prayer, we're proving, or we're getting up out of our bed to confirm that sleep is not our God.
Right.
But if you're up before the sun and you're doing God's work, you're in a state of Fajr.
Right.
But remember, when you make your rakats, you're making your rakat. This is worship, which is a lot different from prayer. Because when you worship, you're recognizing the God who created himself from in triple darkness.
Yes, sir.
And from him has created everything that we're the beneficiaries of. So you're praying in recognition of the originator. I don't know if you're hearing me.
Yes, I'm hearing you. I'm trying to digest it. Yes.
Yeah, I prefer to really say what I want to say in person. I want to do it on a screen. So inshallah, next week, Sunday, when we get back into the person, you can listen to it on this, but I want to be in the presence of people physically before I go any further into that.
Yes, sir.
But very important that we understand worship, and recognition of our Creator, then praying to the God who is on scene today for guidance and protection. Because the originator is not in the same form that he was in when he created himself. We believe Allah is manifesting himself today in the divine person of the great Mahdi.
Yes, sir.
There's no way as Muslims we could believe that the Mahdi is self-guided and be dependent simultaneously.
That's right.
That's
That
right.
makes sense.
Right.
How can somebody have the title of being self-guided if Allah is not fully in their person?
Come on.
But it's another conversation for another time. So you have to understand the power of the Mahdi drawing from the originator, whom he is the manifestation, whose will he is the manifestation.
Yeah.
Because the Mahdi didn't create himself.
No.
The Mahdi is the master of the will of the creator.
All right. Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
he's able to sit down all tyrants
Mm-hmm.
and usher in a new world order. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
What's so interesting is when you look in the Bible, when Jesus was on the cross, why was such a man, or why did such a man who taught so many, who represented so much majesty of the God, when he was on the cross, why did he call for Elijah?
Elijah.
That's right.
Come on.
That's right.
And nobody explains that.
That's right. That's right. Come
He
on.
called for Elijah. Will Elijah take him down?
That's right.
Exactly.
Come on.
He didn't want to have a conversation about it. Let's move on. Next page.
Why Elijah? Good
No,
question.
you got to listen to the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. He has all the answers.
So he does.
Yes,
Did I
sir.
say all of them?
All
He
of them.
has
Yes,
all
sir.
the answers.
Mhm.
And any
All the
answer you
answers.
think he doesn't have, you don't need.
Mm.
You don't need.
Mm.
It's like someone who's looking for somewhere to live and they're homeless, asking, oh, you know, how far do you think those stars are from the earth? Is that important right now?
No, sir.
I think we need to get you to the shelter.
That's right.
Because me answering that question is not going to not going to put a roof over your head.
No, sir.
All right.
You can ask whatever you like, but try and ask something that's relevant to you, okay?
Exactly.
With that said, thank you, everybody.
Thank
Okay,
you.
and
Thank you, sir.
remember, just before I go, I'm not encouraging you not to make your rakats.
That's right.
Make them,
That's
because
right.
some of you will look for any excuse just to get lazy.
That's right. Context.
Make them and learn as much as you can from the Holy Quran and recite as much as you can, but understand what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
Because if you rush to prayer,
Yes, sir.
rush into rakats and rush out, did you actually connect with the God?
Right.
Me dialing your number doesn't mean I got through to you.
That's right.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah,
When you make prayer, there should be a connection.
that's right.
And the more you praise, the more connected you should be. And if we're connected in a way that is advantageous, then we would be much more spiritual than we are.
Yes, sir.
Because we would be able to extrapolate guidance from the all-wise, true and living God. We would be able to see his hand all over our lives. You with me? And we won't have to guess what the next step is. We would be able to go straight to it. Because before God guides, he has to remove cowardice from us. Because the things that will advance you and me and advantage us, it takes courage.
That's right.
And you got to stop thinking about what people think about the decisions that you make for your life and the benefit of your children.
Yes.
You with me?
Yes, sir.
And sometimes you don't make good decisions for your children because you're afraid of what people think.
That's true.
You got to stop it. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's true.
Because God can't guide you if you're cowardice. All right. So with that said, thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you,
Believers, if you
Thank you,
can,
sir.
believers, if you can have a comfort break when we end in prayer, and if we can see you about what, 1:15, then we can speak for 15 minutes and then we can close for 1/2. Is that too tight for you?
No, man, that's
No,
good.
sir.
Sir.
Okay, because I promised some of you something on Friday, and I just want to be true to my word. Yeah?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Those of you who are busy, got things to do, don't worry yourself. Okay?
Sorry, Brother Minister, could you repeat what you said? My voiceover came on and I didn't hear what you said.
Just for those who are the registered believers, you can stay behind at 1:15 to 1:30. I just got a few things I want to share with you, okay? For 15 minutes. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So thank you, everybody. Give yourself a big round of applause. Thank you. So with that said, we're going to end in prayer, okay? So if we can all bow our heads and assume a position of prayer we feel comfortable with, then we can close out this aspect of our work this afternoon. Attention prayer. Say, I seek refuge in Allah against Satan the accursed, in the most holy name of Allah, who is indeed the beneficent, the most merciful. All holy praises are due to thee, O Allah, the Lord of all the worlds, the beneficent, the most merciful, the sole master of this day of judgment and resurrection in which we have now entered. To thee alone, Allah, do we serve, to thee alone do we beseech for thine aid. O Allah, guide us on the straight path, the path of those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not the path of those upon whom thy wrath has been brought down, nor of those who go astray, especially after hearing and believing in the clear teachings given to us by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, exemplified to us today by and through the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Ameen.
Amen.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you in 6 minutes. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Salam.